So it's week 6 and I want to show you the current progress. Before I step in, I just want to show you what the guys have been doing here. They've dug into the ground to create space for the waste pipe which runs along, and I'll show you more of that as we walk through the property. Coming in here into the first room, just a pile of materials that are waiting to be used. So what you see here is a stack of cavity wall that's going to be used for the rear extension. Not much change here. We've had the chimney breast removed, so I'll show you what it looks like when you remove the chimney breast. So they would have, in this particular case, they've got the wooden joist that went around the chimney breast, so you've got a space. So on the ceiling above, this ceiling here, they're going to just put some wooden joists over to finish off the flooring there. The guys are going to start on the damp-proof injection right across the bottom half of this wall here as of next week. But yeah, that's really the only changes into the front room. If I come here into the second room downstairs, got your pile of bricks that would have come from the chimney breast that's been taken out of here. Again, more space that will be covered on the ceiling above with more wooden joists. And then you can actually also see how we've dug down right across, which goes across here. This is just insulation board that's here. One thing I want to show you, and I'll be talking a little bit more about this as the weeks progress, is we're going to get building control to come in and just give us their take or perspective on what best to do on this wall across here. Because if you remember from one of the earlier videos, I spoke about how this obviously is poorly done. So you've got a wooden plank here upholding this wooden lintel. We're going to take the window out and completely remediate this entire area. So we're going to remediate the brickwork. Damp-proof course, I think, in this section here. But then because we're sort of cutting out this part of the wall to make access into the kitchen, this part we're questioning whether it's strong enough to stand as it is. So potentially having a steel beam that goes right across the top. Yeah, so there'll be a bit of a conversation with the building control as to what best to do, because you can even see it carefully. If I just keep the camera still, it slightly bows. And this has now become a bit more evident now that we've actually got the area cleared. So these are things that crop up or come up in the process of building that you actually have to discuss. Coming into the kitchen area here, not much change. I think the biggest changes is really at the back rear extension, which I'm going to show you, and also upstairs. So here what you can see is more of the build team just digging down into the ground and creating space for the waste pipe. If I come over here, actually, because we're going to have an ensuite in this section here, so they've also created space for the waste pipe, which wasn't here before. So digging down into the necessary areas in order to create those spaces. If I come out here, I actually can't walk through, so I'm gonna have to go around to show you the rear extension. But if I just come here, you get a good understanding of how we've dug up this side alleyway here to then start building out the new waste pipes. And then wherever you have a change of direction, you're going to then have a manhole above. So change of direction here, change of direction there, and then that will be where you have manholes that sit just above. So if I show you the rear extension, you can actually see how we've now poured concrete. So the footing would have been like this all around, and now with the concrete now poured, I'm able to walk all the way around the rear extension, which is great. And actually you can see also how the waste pipe is going to flow across, connect with the neighbour's waste pipe and then out into the front. So yeah, this rear extension should start actually building, the bricklayers should start building over the next week or two. As you can see, the materials are here. So really looking forward to seeing how this starts to take shape. Let's head upstairs and then show you the progress upstairs. So coming into this was obviously the main bedroom. What I'm really pleased about here is, if you remember in the first video, I spoke about how the lintel had failed in this area and it started to create a slight bow. So we had the structural engineer calculations done, and they recommended a steel beam to go right across. We were thinking of something, we wasn't actually thinking of a steel beam at the time, but actually looking at it now, I think it's the best solution for, you know, sort of the bow that was happening here. So the guys have also remediated the brickwork, so it looks a lot better. They've taken some of the bricks that they would have come from the chimney breast. And then here, how we're going to sort of, so actually all this has been straightened up. So that's now, if I just step back a little bit, so that's just completely straight. We've also then rectified the middle part here, and then the windows look a lot better. We've reused the same windows, no need to get new ones. So that's great. And then the guys will just finish off by putting sort of a wooden timber frame here to finish off. Absolutely love the ceiling joists. Really, really good work done by the team. These things that you see here are like hangers. So they get pinned to the wall, and that's just to, if you can see, it's attached to the wooden joist there, and it's just to sort of keep it firm before then you start applying any plasterboard. This is what it looks like from first floor above. So we're just gonna, the guys will just put over some more wooden timber frames, and then we can finish off the flooring that way. But yeah, and then actually here, which is really important. So as we start developing the floor for the loft ceiling for the first floor, these bricks that you see here that are different color to the existing bricks of the property are called engineering bricks. And basically they is where you would have steel beams that sit on top. So we would have taken out the existing bricks that were here. We're putting in the engineering bricks, and this is where the steel beams are then going to slide in, which are these red things here, and then into the brick. So you've got a steel beam across here, a steel beam here, and then a steel beam over here as well. So just really to create the necessary adequate support as you start to build on top. Right now we're into the middle first floor, where, if you remember, I'm gonna split it down the middle and have 2 kitchenettes back to back, 2 off suites. Chimney breast is now gone. So if I just come over here now, these guys still have to work on finishing off this area here and then putting the window back. But similar to the first room, as you can see, you've got a steel beam inserted here to strengthen this area. When the guys took the window off, it literally was almost like wobbling. So it just goes to show that actually having a steel beam is really good. Yeah, a bit of space there on the outside. So here, this is the back bedroom. Not much change here. And then the biggest change as of week 6, which I'm really proud about, if I come here and I show you, is we've now got the stairs going into the loft, and we've actually got the loft dormer almost complete. We've got 1 more week to go. So I'll just walk up here. We've just had the joinery carpeting guys finish off, and then here you can see how the loft is starting to take shape. So if I just walk in here, I'll swing the camera around. So really great size here. So where I'm standing now is where we're gonna have the bed, then we're gonna have the desk over here, TV there, a dry kitchen unit here. This is the ensuite, so toilet, sink, shower in that corner there, and then you've got the door here. So really, really great space, and the guys have done an incredible job to put this together. Well done, great finish. And I was just talking to the build team just now, they were walking me through exactly how this job has been done. So all of the plywood that you see here, that behind that is open. So the actual existing roof is probably somewhere like that. So all of that is plywood. So we're just going to insulate in these spaces here before then putting on plasterboard. And then one thing I also love as well is the size of the window for the loft room. So really great space. And yeah, it's taking shape. So week 6, guys are making relatively good progress. And I think by week 9, the next update I provide you, it's then, I think we should have a little bit more progress done on the rear extension. So yeah, stay tuned for week 9.